Hello, beautiful shining souls. My name is Jostine, Intuitive Life Guide from the Philippines. Welcome back to my channel. So, this is the last life tip of this 37 life tip series. Oh my gosh, before anything else, I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this journey. It was a very, very, very long journey. I cannot believe that we finally made it through the finish line. We made it, we did it, yay! Thank you so much for allowing me to share my thoughts freely, to be able to share and express what wants to be expressed through me, for allowing me to be a part of your journey at this stage in your life. And I really hope and pray that, whatever you're going through in your life right now, and watching these videos, you are able to receive something, even if it's just, a smile for whenever I share my laugh. I don't know. And I do hope that I'd like to believe that I'm radiating this very warm, comforting energy. And before I start my recordings, I really ask for God to infuse these videos with His healing energy. So I hope that you're able to feel an inkling of that. If there's nothing else that you will receive from watching these videos, I hope that at the very least you felt, even for just a moment, a sense of calm and peace in your heart. So there you go. So for the very last life tip, I had an episode before which is titled Be Grateful Part 1. And I was intending to immediately, or at least like after a few episodes in between, that I'll be sharing the second part. But then I realized, wait, why don't I just put it at the very last episode, or at the very last life tip, so that it will really be, a celebration, a sense of gratitude for all of us. So that's why this is the very last life tip. That said, so for this be grateful part, I want to talk about like how can we be grateful when it is difficult to be grateful. Life is full of challenges, right? Life is full of difficulties. We've mentioned it before in previous episodes. Not every day will be good, but there is good in every day. And sometimes you just need to give a little more effort in trying to find it and trying to identify what is the good in this situation. But I also know that, sometimes life just happens, and it seemingly gives us like one bad thing happens, and then, things pile up until we can feel like it feels suffocating. It feels like we're drowning. It feels like we cannot get back up. If we stay in that, in that space, that's why it may seem like it's difficult to get out of. It's because, like, energy is contagious. We attract more of the energy that we're vibrating. And so when we are in that negative state, it is difficult, and it is such a heavy, if you feel it in your body, right? Like, it feels heavy, it's dense, it's so solid, right? it feels constricting, it feels closed off. All the more that it's difficult to find a breathing space, right? Like that space to breathe, that room to just release. It is in those moments that we really need to dig deep and really be intentional in finding even just one good thing each day, because that will shift the energy, and beat by beat, like the light will shine through the darkness, and one day you'll wake up, we'll feel that we're feeling much better, days seems brighter. But of course, it doesn't happen like magically. Like there's our work, right? Where we're doing the effort. There's the effort of finding the good and tapping into that state of gratitude, even to the smallest thing, especially to the smallest, most mundane things. And then asking God, the divine spirit, life, the universe, whatever you resonate with, for help, right? Your angels, our guides, because it's a grace as well, especially if you're in that really dark space. So just to make this, I guess, concrete, it's easy to say, right? It's easier said than done. And that is true. So let me share a little bit about what I went through when I was in that space of darkness. So growing up, didn't feel like I belong. Like I've always questioned, why am I alive? And it didn't help that our family situation is, it came from a broken family, or well, my mom and dad separated. We're trying to shift the narrative. Like it's not really broken. It's the type of family that is the best for us, right? Instead of being together where everyone will be so miserable. Like I think in hindsight, it's much better to be in our separate lives, and I mean, there's still hurt and there's still lots of pain. Eventually, it was the best for everyone. Anyway, at that time I didn't know that, of course. And I was questioning why I was alive, and I really felt like I didn't belong in this world. Like I've always prayed for death to come. I felt like I wasn't enough. I felt like even though I was getting good grades, even though, what's being reflected back to me is that I was a good kid and all that, it didn't feel true for me. For me, I felt like I was just a waste of space. That the world would be better if I am not in this world. And I remember I used to pray like, God, please, please, just take my life away. Just give it to someone who is more worthy, who would do great things, amazing things, worthy things of their lives. And I thought it was such a noble prayer, So how do you thank God when you hated Him? Because that was me. Like I really hated God before, because He wouldn't answer my prayer. He wouldn't grant me just one prayer, and it is such a noble prayer, I feel like. But you know what? I didn't know it before. I realized this, when I was already going through my personal growth journey and all that, but I realized that, life is really happening for us. Life is happening for me. And even though I was going through those dark times, I wasn't left alone. I had really amazing friends who understood me, who believed in me, who accepted me, even though I was, I have my eccentricities, and I felt like I was a weird kid, I don't know. So quiet and shy. Anyway, that's one of my, stories that I had to get over, because I feel like I wasn't enough. I have to measure up to the standards, and but these amazing people accepted me, and showed me their love. We have a relatively good life, we're not rich, we're not wealthy, but we are able to go to school, have good meals, we have a roof above our heads, we are able to live comfortably. And I grew up watching animes. That was the world that I escaped to, animes, mystery novels, my imagined world, journal writing. And so I have those, right? And so it's those things, right? I mean, even though I was drowning in my darkness, but there are those things that allowed me to, even just for limited time, I'm able to not really forget, but not focus on the pain, that I'm feeling inside. Not focus on the feeling of being unworthy and unloved. And those are miracles, those are miracles that I was really grateful to have. On the flip side, I could have, it could be possible for me not to see those things and be miserable, like I was already in that darkness. And when you're in that space, it's easy to shut off other people, and I have done it. I have isolated myself. Could have taken a different path. I could have closed myself off, even though I have these amazing friends in my immediate circle. I could have just stayed in my own little world and be miserable, I could have, instead of finding joy in the mundane of watching animes, I could have all the more escaped to my darkness, and just allowed myself to ruminate on my negative self-talk. And instead of seeing how, even though we don't have that, typical, complete, happy family, I could have, been angry at my family and all that, but, it didn't go that way, but it could have. So what I'm trying to say here is that it is difficult, but my invitation for you is this: each moment is a choice, each breath a turning point. So as long as you're alive and breathing, you have a choice to go on a negative spiral, or to choose to see something good, to somehow shift even just a little, that needle point move. And in the beginning, it may seem like nothing is changing, but if you do that every day, and then, once a day, and then you increase it 3 times a day, and then you increase it, 10 times a day, until it becomes your norm. and it's easier to be grateful, right? And this is coming from someone who used to be so pessimistic with the world. Like, my script is so negative. My self-talk is full of hatred towards myself. Like, I have cursed myself so many times that I have to heal from that. I didn't know that I was cursing myself at that time. Telling myself, oh, I'm so stupid. I didn't know that would leave such a deep scar. So, just a side note, like, be careful of what you tell yourself, because that becomes your story, your identity. Even in a joking way, words have energy. So think yourself, for even though it's difficult to get up, you still get up, right? Be thankful for that. Thank yourself, right? Be thankful for the sun. Be thankful for the air. Be thankful for the water you're drinking, for the food that you're eating. Be thankful that you have clothes to wear. Be thankful that you can, feel yourself. Even though you may feel alone, you have yourself, At the end of the day, we only have ourselves, right? And God, the divine, or spiritual team. Well, we're not really alone if you think about it. I hope that this has given you some comfort if you are in this state, right, in this space right now. Yeah, doesn't have to be a long list of things to be grateful for, right? Doesn't have to be something big and huge and grand. Sometimes just the fact that you're able to inhale and exhale. Feel that air coming into our body and out. That's something to be thankful for. And listen, if you cannot find it in your heart to be grateful yet, that is okay as well. You can say something like, God, I want to be grateful, but I don't know how to be grateful. Lord, I lift everything to you. Please. Please help me to be grateful again, Lord. Please help me to see what is good in my life. And please open my heart to be thankful to the gift of life. And you know what? Even if we don't say it out loud, God sees what's inside our hearts, right? And He's already giving us a grace. Sometimes we need to acknowledge it in ourselves and really accept the state we are in and ask for His help. Not really for Him to move and do His thing and give us His grace, but it's more for us to release ourselves from the shackles of our darkness. Because just being aware and accepting where we are and surrendering and asking for help and really just being with ourselves in whatever state we are in. It helps us with our healing. That is the work that is asked of us. So, anything else? I think that's about it. Well, with that, we are ending the 37 Life Tips series. My heart is telling me I may not have another episode, because the last episode I was thinking if I would be doing a closing episode. I think this is it. I think this is the closing episode. Yeah, because I was thinking of like I want to do a recap and like share what I have learned doing the 37 Life Tip series, but I think that would be, yeah, it doesn't feel alive right now. I think I need to process on my own first before I share. So yeah, something to look forward to in the new year. But anyway, please watch out for my community post. I will be sharing when we will resume our YouTube content. But for now, this is the last episode for 2023. Unless I feel called to share a message that wants to be shared. But yeah, we are officially on a YouTube content break after this episode. Alright? Alright, so thank you so much, everyone. This will be my last ask for the month. So if you're open to hearing it, please stay tuned. Otherwise, thank you so much for being here, for being a part of the 37 Life Tip series. And if you are watching this as I upload it, happy, blessed Christmas and a prosperous new year to us. Alright, thank you so much. Peace, love, and light. If you're still here, so I'm going to do my spiel of my big ask. If you find this video helpful, my channel helpful, if you resonate with my energy and you feel like this is a mission worth supporting, I'd like to ask for your support. And there are 3 ways that you can do this. You don't have to do anything if it doesn't feel aligned with you. No expectations, but it will be highly appreciated, of course. So first is engage. So please feel free to like this video, share this with your friends or family if you think it would benefit them, or if you think that someone needs to hear this message. Or you may also share what came up for you in the comment section, or you may also send me a message through my email or the Google form if you want to remain anonymous. Second is donate. So I have a Google form in the description box. Check it out. All the details are there if you are feeling called to share monetary support. Thank you so much. And third is avail. So I have written books. So if you're living in the Philippines, we have a Shopee online store. And if you're living abroad, the Self-Love Elevated book is available on Amazon. The Thank Goodness I Got Lost is available as an ebook on my Ko-fi account. If you're feeling called to work with me, if you're resonating with my energy and you feel like what I'm sharing here is speaking to you and you want to explore more how we can work together, connect with me, let me know so that we can explore if it is a right fit for the both of us. Alright, and what else? I think that's about it. So thank you so much, everyone, for hearing me out. Again, no expectations, but just you listening here, I appreciate it so much. More than anything, I appreciate you and your energy. Thank you so much. Peace, love, and light. The world is waiting your magic.